Today's video is brought to you in part by the word misinformation. As in, sit down, buckle up, and don't miss this information.
Tonight, after 3 weeks of paralyzing downtown Ottawa, police in riot gear taking on the so-called Freedom Convoy protesters.
Today, it was clear that there was a different tone being set. The officers who came out were wearing riot gear. They were on the front lines, and they were carrying large wooden batons with them, which they were using to strike people if they didn't move back when the police line was formed.
What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hold him! Stop it! Stop! Stop it! Stop it!
They also had gas masks in some cases, and eventually the line that I got pushed back by on a side street here had full-blown gas masks under riot helmets, which led people to believe they were going to be gassed. That never happened, by the way, despite social media reports about it.
Here we are seeing tear gas. We are seeing pepper spray actually sprayed in the crowd there.
Yeah, we just saw a very close view of that. Actually, we just saw a very close view of that as they're employing right now this pepper spray. And sporadically, no.
There was no gas used. Nobody was shot.
Come on, look out, look out. Look out. No, they just shot me with a fucking bullet. Come here. Let me see it. Let me see it right here. Get it behind. Behind. Oh, what do you mean? I don't fucking know. I just got hit. Ask him. Let me see. Oh, yeah, he just got shot with one of them. I don't fucking know, bro.
I heard a statement from the police chief earlier citing concerns about misinformation, disinformation circulating on social media. How would you describe, what you're seeing online versus the reality there on the ground?
Yeah, there were some people alleging police brutality. I didn't see that.
We stand on guard for the... Hey, back off! Get out!
I did see people absolutely getting hit by batons and some rough arrests. Those were people who did not move back as the police line advanced. Sometimes they were on their knees, begging with officers, some veterans saying, please don't do this. But if you did not move when they told you to move, that was the fate that you suffered. It was not mass arrests at gunpoints, despite what a New York Times headline appeared to report. And most importantly, no one died, because there was a false report on American news that a woman was trampled by a horse yesterday. That did not happen. That was confirmed by both police and EMS. But the police chief did talk today about the problem they've had with misinformation and disinformation. This is what he had to say.
One of the tactics that the protesters and demonstrators are using is misinformation. Information that is inaccurate, information that misleads the public.
You didn't see anything in the evidence, in the intelligence of any form of foreign influenced activities within or relating to Canada that involved the threat to any person.
Given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current crisis with Russia, I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset.
I saw media accounts, yes. I saw no information collected or intelligence produced in that regard, no, to support that, no. I saw online rhetoric. I saw information on social media. I saw assertions of that type of activity. Information. I'm aware of no intelligence that was produced that would support concern in that regard. Thank you. And you touched on in your oral evidence about the labeling of someone as being an extremist. You said that term you have a lot of problems with, and I'm wondering if you can elaborate on that for me.
There is increasing concern about violent online rhetoric supporting the convoy, and that those with extreme views are planning on attending.
I can. Sorry, where did I say I have problems with that? You said just in your evidence in chief. Okay. So the word extremism does not have a description in law. Section 83 of the Criminal Code speaks to terrorist offenses, which possibly could be synonymous with extremism. Sections 318, 319, and 320 of the Criminal Code speak to hate-motivated crimes, advocation of genocide, etc.
Trying to bring people together is not always compatible with science, with respect for human rights, with the best way to move things forward. I mean, when Aaron O'Toole talks about, oh yes, we need to unite people, we need to bring people together, he's talking about defending the rights of people who are anti-vax, to endanger my kids and endanger us all of future lockdowns and risk all of us having a slower recovery. If you make a choice, a personal choice, to not get vaccinated, then I will have no sympathy for you when you come to me and said, oh, but I can't go out to a restaurant with my friends, or I'm not being allowed to go to the gym, or my employer is telling me I have to continue to work from home. You don't have a right to endanger others.
You can say the government is going to continue to say, get vaccinated. And you know what? If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. But don't think you can get on a plane or a train beside vaccinated people.
They are putting at risk their own kids, and they're putting at risk our kids as well. Those people are putting us all at risk.
Other sections of the criminal code, such as Section 430, speak to acts against religious property that could be deemed to be extremist. As a working definition for myself, I utilize extremism and I try to premise it in law by somebody who would advocate and utilize violence to achieve their goals. And they could be motivated politically, ideologically, religiously.
The federal government has invoked the Emergencies Act to supplement provincial and territorial capacity to address the blockades and occupations.
An independent asymmetric threat, a lone wolf, is the largest concern for somebody in a position such as mine or other people who appear before you, because we rely upon the collection of information to produce intelligence.
Right, and a lone wolf attack does not need a protest in order to be carried out, does it?
It does not require one, no.
Thank you. Those are my questions.
Thank you.
Sorry for calling you out, but it's time to smarten up.